आर्ट्स फेस्टिवलाचे 10th एडिशन चालू आसा आनी त्याच निमतान अनेक क्युरेटर्स आसात ते पणजेन दाखल जाल्ले आसा आनी त्याच भितरली एक क्युरेटर म्हळ्यार ऑदेट मास्कारेन्हास. ती जावन आसा एक फूड हिस्टोरियन, क्रिटीक, ऑथर आनी टेलिव्हिजन होस्ट. सो तिच्या कडेन उलोवन तिचो कसो कितें पार्ट आसा ह्या सेरेंडिपिटी आर्ट्स फेस्टिवलान ताच्या विशयी अदीक जाणा जावन घेवया. हॅलो मॅम.
Hi, you want to know about the different projects I'm involved in? My main project is at the Art Park. It's from the 14th of December to the 21st of December. This is in the afternoon from 12 noon to 4 p.m. Now what's happening here is Goa is rich as far as its cultural heritage is concerned. So we are taking 5 spices used in Goan kitchens. We are going to cook food in 5 communities, and there'll be different tastings of the Hindu artisans, the Bijapur Muslims, the Gaut Saraswat Brahmins, the Indo-Luso and the Christian families. So a person can come there and eat. In addition, there's going to be half an hour of a tete-a-tete with Odette. Now at this tete-a-tete, you can listen about the life of the way the Badkas lived, how the Indo-Luso people lived in the big houses, how the Saraswat Shados lived. So each one of the people who are involved in this project are going to talk about that. Now this is the main project. Besides that, I'm doing a talk. This is on the 14th at 3:45 at the Food Lab. Now this is to talk about taste migrations, because linked again to the project, there are a lot of preparations which have migrated over the centuries, not only from different states but also within our own region. So that is the project which is it's all about.
But what inspired you with this topic?
I've always been passionate about Goan food. The question that inspired me is most of my chefs would say, oh, this is my grandmother's recipe. And I always wondered who taught that grandmother how to cook. So maybe that curiosity to go back to the past and find out all this inspired me.
How have coastal communities influenced each other's food traditions?
You know, we were involved in trade. I think the most important thing which a lot of people have forgotten is Goa is one of the only coastal regions that has a natural harbor. It has rivers that crisscross the region. So when in the olden days, when they needed to do trade, unlike other ports where you had to get down from the big ship and take smaller dinghies inside, the ships and the caravels and the dhows, the Arabs before that, could sail right through the river to whichever port they wanted to. And then the people from different inner regions could come and barter and sell their products. So I think that's when we talk about migration of food. And then another thing which a lot of people don't know is that the Chinese Silk Route used to pass very close to our region. So even from the Far East, we were connected east and west.
But what ingredients best tell the story of coastal culinary exchange?
Well, it's also seen in my project that I have focused on spices and fruit. We are talking about kokum, we are talking about turmeric, we are talking about black pepper, tamarind and star anise. Now, when I talk about trade on the Chinese Silk Route, the star anise definitely came that way. And if we are talking a lot of things which are grown in Goa, so that is the positive. But we used to bring in things like olive oil, wine, dates, figs, fruit. There's so many things which actually came in through the coastal trade. So we had the best of east and west.
But how has Goa's cuisine changed because of this migration?
We are becoming very nuclear. I'm sure soon we'll forget whatever our grandmothers used to cook in the kitchens. And another thing is, over the centuries, we have not documented our recipes. So because of this lack of documentation, there could have been a little ingredient missed here or there which alters the taste of the food. Also, the third thing is, our grandmother would say, ille shegal, mutga. Now, all that has to be literally translated and put into writing. So that is important for us.
But are we losing any traditional coastal flavors today?
Lots. I went into a house and there was a beautiful preparation, which was like the ghario, the aleganti, all these things which were seasonal and done for religious festivals. We don't see them nowadays. We don't hear about them. There was a beautiful dessert which was done in Indo-Luso houses called the Pastis de Santa Clara. A lot of people look at me like that whenever I talk about it. It was a beautiful cashew nut based. It was after almonds first, but cashew nut based like a gnocchi. It's absolutely fantastic. It had come from Coimbra in Portugal. So all this is slowly lost. I think my grandchildren after that will look at me and say, "What are you talking about?" So our food is getting lost completely.
But how can our chefs can keep alive these coastal traditions, culinary traditions?
We initiated a small group which is called the Goa Culinary Club. The vision of this club is basically to get the commercial chefs to understand our cuisine, because if we rely on the homemakers, then it will die a natural death. So the chefs commercially have to understand. So we go into these houses, we request, because not everybody wants to share recipes, but we request people, please share your recipe with us. We'll give you the credit, but let those recipes stay alive. So I think sharing, understanding. I did it through 2 books where I got about over 350 old recipes documented. But there's only a tip of the iceberg. There are a lot more left.
True, very true. Yeah, but what do you hope viewers understand about coastal culinary heritage?
I think maybe we should start getting a session being done in catering colleges. Session, maybe it's part of our history. A session also in main colleges. Because unless people understand what this region has gone through, we will never have pride in our region. Our food is also becoming very cosmopolitan. We blame it to the fact that, we have different tourists coming in. But we should understand, when you go to Spain, when you go to all these places, they don't say that. They say, you come and taste my food. So when will that pride be cultivated? So we have to develop that passion and pride. And with the youngsters, it is more important that we push that through.
You are associated with Serendipity Arts Festival from how long?
3 years in the beginning, 2016, at that time when Mr. Munjal told us, I want culinary art, I said, oh my gosh, what is he talking about? Because we were brought up with the idea, okay, you eat to live, that's it, and health reasons. But that made me look at food differently. So from 2016, 17, 18, that is 3 years, and now for the 10th anniversary, that's the 4th year.
So this year, this festival is celebrating 10th anniversary, which is not a small thing. So what you would like to say?
I believe that this festival has grown from year to year. What was there in 2016 and today, which we're having 35 curators on board, everyone showcasing a different discipline. I believe that we're lucky as Goans to be here, to be able to just walk across to these different venues and have a look at it. Our children should also explore something, because this is creative art. And when you start working on the creativity aspect, your mind doesn't get bogged down with dull routines. Think differently. And it will be a great sense of pride for the Goans if they really start doing this.
So how would you approach viewers or visitors who come to Serendipity Arts Festival? Why should they visit this festival?
For visitors, like I said, different disciplines. Whether you walk into the old GMC, whether you walk into the Art Park or Nagali Hills or Kala Academy, it's just between walking distances, and they have organized shuttle services for those who request it. So they made it as easy as possible. I suggest that if a visitor comes to a particular installation or area, talk to the curator. Try and find out what has gone behind the creative aspect of that. Where is the link to, maybe like today when I talk to some curators, I myself are finding a lot of thought processes which are being exhibited, and I'm also learning. So it's never too late to say, I need to learn. It's never too late to say, oh, we know everything. There's always something different which comes your way, and this by bringing people from all across India and the world, I think it's a great thought process, enrichment.
True.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.